Before we get into the episode, though, I wanted everyone to make sure that they go check out the Discord and our community, Perfectly Unposed community. I'll link everything down below. But yeah, we just want more people to join in there. And in case you missed the last episode, we talked about how we built a community for photographers, creatives, and just anyone that wants to join that listens to the podcast. So we're really excited about that. And yeah, we just want more people to join.
Yeah,
and we also said at the very end of the episode, so maybe people didn't get all the way to the end or didn't listen to last week's episode. So just wanted to remind you guys to go check that out because I think it's going to be a really good space to be in for this year.
Yeah, we've already got a few people who have joined and are
asking for feedback. I posted on there like a little content week, like content ideas that you can do for the week because I'm trying to be on my Instagram game and so far so good. I'm like, I posted a few times and I'm already getting inquiries and I'm like, yep, because it works. Well, it's like you just like have to like put things out there for you to get. And so, yeah, it's just always like, oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, it works. So, yeah, don't forget to join our Discord. And I haven't mentioned this in a while, but don't forget to like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, leave us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. I know a lot of you are on YouTube, but we would really love if you, I don't know, left a comment, did something. You guys know what to do.
Let
and
us
what
know
helps.
you're alive.
Yeah, no, literally. And that's why we built the community. So that way we know who's like listening so we can talk to you guys too. Cause it's kind of like we're in the abyss here just talking to ourselves and we don't get a lot of feedback in terms of like comments and like, you know, things like that. So it's just, I think the Discord community will be fun because it's actually like, oh, people do listen to us. It's not just like us into the void.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about Discord and we'll be in there weekly, just either posting content ideas, posting our wins, whatever it is. We're really excited about that. But I wanted Miranda to talk about, actually, you just went to, well, I don't know what you did. You walked around with Cheyenne at White Rock.
Oh,
did you do that?
Night we
yes.
We didn't end up going.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, it's fine.
A little TMI, but I have a really bad ingrown toenail right now.
Stop, really?
Yeah, and it's pretty painful. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to walk for like 3 miles in tennis shoes.
Oh, yeah. No, 3 miles is a lot. Okay, so you didn't get to go. What else have you been up to then? Like, what did you do this week? This week went by so fast, by the way.
It really
I was like,
has.
oh, how is it Thursday?
Tomorrow's Friday. It's weird.
Yeah.
This week, I've actually been like having it's been consultation call heavy.
Ooh,
which is something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, well, let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it. So I think I mentioned to you this before, like off the podcast, but I've been really interested in the way things are shifting with this new generation coming up, Gen Z, and a lot more Gen Z is getting married, which is just so weird that like I'm in the age group that's like older.
Yeah.
But with like differences in communication styles, I've always been like, how can I, change things moving forward to where if someone doesn't want to hop on a physical phone call, they don't have to. So I changed my workflow a little bit to where whenever I respond to an inquiry, I give them 2 different options. They can either hop on a call with me or they can just fill out this short form, which is basically all the questions I would want to ask on a consultation call. And so that's been really interesting. I booked one wedding that way where we didn't even get on a call.
Oh, wow.
And then I had this other potential client who filled out my form. I sent a custom proposal, and then they said, okay, we want to meet you on a call just before we sign.
Okay, yeah.
So this is where I was like, okay, I need to have a separate process for someone who goes through this kind of funnel because it wasn't the same questions that I normally ask on a consultation call because they've already answered those questions.
Oh,
so it was kind of
that is interesting.
Yes, so it was kind of I felt super awkward because I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't really plan this out. Like I didn't really figure out my sales script for this kind of call."
Yeah.
So I felt a little awkward when we ended and I was like, "Damn.
That didn't go as well as you thought.
Yeah."
Ugh.
But I saw a quote on Substack and it
Mhm.
said I wrote it down because I was like, "Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh, yeah,
definitely me."
read us this.
It's literally just best practice is in real time, and I really felt like that real time mistake was like what I needed to have a process moving forward. And
Yes.
sometimes you just don't know when you're gonna mess up.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
But it was just kind of like I felt weird because I was like, I don't want to ask her the same questions over and over again or like have the same conversations over and over again because we were like back and forth through email for a while. And like on my short form that I send, if they don't want to get on a call, I ask questions like, what are you looking for in a photographer? Like, what's most important to you? So I kind of already knew all those things. I don't want to like do that all over again.
Yeah, because you already talked about it basically.
Yeah. So I think she just wanted to put like, a face to a name and just be comfortable. But I think I need a better flow for those more just like vibe check calls.
Okay.
Because normally I'm like, this is a structured call.
Yeah, I wonder, I guess you're right. Where I'm just wondering like what they wanted from the call. And maybe it was just like reassurance of like how you're going to work on the day. And yeah, maybe put a face to the voice, to the everything, just to see like what your energy is like. And damn, that one's tough because it's like, well, this is why I wanted you to hop on a call before we.
Right.
Because these are the questions that I would ask on the call, but now we're just like chit-chatting. Like, did they ask questions? Like, did they have questions for you?
I kind of like the majority of the call actually was me kind of sussing out why she wanted 10 hours on her day because when she filled out my form, her day seemed very simple, like not even a wedding party, so I felt like we didn't need 10 hours of coverage. And that 10 hours of coverage plus rehearsal dinner coverage was already like hitting above her budget. So I was kind of like, okay, why do you really want 10 hours? And she was like, well, I don't know. I just thought that's what everyone seems to be having 10 hours in their packages.
That's like the standard she saw.
So I was like, okay, well, I really think, based on what you've told me you want and what's important to you, I only need to be there 8 hours. And so then 8 hours plus rehearsal would fit you under your budget. And so that was kind of good that we got to talk through that. But then after that, I was like, oh shit, how do I end this call?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It was just kind of like, okay. And I just thought for some reason I could just wing it. But I was like, no, this is another step in the sales process that I can't just wing. And so I really need to sit down and figure out what that last call touch point needs to look like so that we're not just like wasting each other's time.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm just curious of like, because I feel like I've always given my couples like we can continue through email or we can hop on a consult, and like 99% of the time I'm hopping on a consult call. So I'm like, I feel like I need to read the room with them even. So I'm just wondering, like, do you feel like you can read read their energy through like email and find that they are your ideal client in a way?
So, because I asked very specific questions.
Yeah, I guess with the form, it does help and you're not booking blindly.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. That's why I made that little form.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like my sales script call.
Yeah.
In like a format. So
yeah. Well, I'm just, oh my gosh, it's just so crazy because I haven't really done like any research on this yet. I was wanting to for next episode, just like kind of like researching how Gen Z is being marketed to, sold to, all of the things because of their comparing photographers. It depends on like what type of buyer they are, because I feel like I'm a very emotional buyer and not so much logistical. And like Avery would, like my boyfriend Avery would be more of a logistical type. And so like if I were to get on a call with the photographer and not the other one, like I feel like the one on the call would get me more to book them than an email would. And so I'm just like thinking of like how that would affect like each buyer.
I know. And that's why I was like, well, maybe I need to have the option because like I don't want to just assume that everyone wants to get on a call, you know? So that's what I've been kind of working through. Like,
I know it's just so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard because I'm also I also love to get on a call because it's just I like to get the vibe of what they're looking for and what they're wanting, but I guess you can get that through a form too. But then, yeah, what if they want to hop on a call afterwards and you're like, well, I have nothing else to say.
That's how I felt.
But
that's
maybe
how I
it's
really
just
felt.
like that call would be more of like a affirming what they already want and getting them like emotionally invested in the investment. Like if they're an emotional buyer or like if they seem to be more logistical where they're talking about timeline and hours and all that stuff, then that's how you get them to buy into. Oh, I don't know. That one's just tough.
I think like the main thing is just like I can't wing it. So
yeah.
I just need to sit down
for sure
and figure out how to structure that. So that's on my homework list for this
Yeah, I know.
week.
I'm just thinking of like how I always run my business in like how I would want to be sold to, or even just like what I would want my photographer to be like. And I don't know, it's just so hard because it's like I want to do the consult call, but I also want to be like, oh well, you know, we can make it easy. We can do whatever you want to do. But also, it's just one console call. So I'm like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal to hop on a call. But I don't know. Every industry, or not every industry, every level of the photography world is different. Like luxury, ultra luxury is different than like, I don't know, the middle market. And it's just hard to know what to do.
Yeah. I know. There's different processes you have to have for each different avenue that which the client's coming through. Like for like a planner, you don't even talk to the couple most of the time. So it's like it's hard to know when to do things. And I think that's why just having a process for each different
well, there's also strategies for everything. So it's really just like how you want to run your business. Because I know some photographers are like, yeah, I'm not booking until I get on a consult call with them. And there's some photographers that are a little bit more in the luxury market where it's like they still want to be connected to their couples, even if they're like connected through the planner. Like they still want to have some sort of connection because that's just like their photography style where it's like, I need to connect with you on a deeper level. I can't just show up on your day and just like get to know you that day because it's like my style of photography is different. And there's some people that just don't care. They'll just show up to a wedding day without like any knowledge of their story or anything and photograph it beautifully. But it's just, I guess, just depends on like what kind of photographer you are. So yeah, it's just hard because it's like there's so many strategies and they basically all work. It's just about like, what do you want for your business?
Yeah, and what makes the most sense for you. Yeah, so
that's why I always find it hard because there's so many things you can do.
I know. It's a lot of trial and error.
It really is.
And I feel like you just have to let go of the pressure of like, this is the only like client that I can book. Like, you have to be comfortable with experimenting and getting no's and moving on to the next thing. So.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, I feel like I made her really awkward on that call.
Really? Oh, no.
Or it might have been, I was talking to my husband Ian about it, and he was like, where is she from? And I was like, she lives in New York. And he was like, and I was like, and she's from New Jersey. And he was like, maybe that's just how she communicates. Like, she might not be like warm and fuzzy. And so maybe you didn't make her feel awkward, but maybe that's just how she talks. And I was like, okay, I'm going to choose to believe that. And it wasn't my energy.
Yes,
but I get so in my head where I'm like, oh no, I made you feel uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, I bet that didn't happen. It just you felt awkward because you just didn't, you were winging it. So it was kind of, it was harder because you hadn't done that. before, and so it was like the first time to do that, and it's always hard to do something for the first time.
Yeah. And I'm such like a person where
And you also never know, like they could have loved you. And
exactly. You really don't know, because I feel like I am so sensitive to people's energy and vibes that I'm like,
same.
we either click or we don't. But I have to get out of that mindset, because it's like, even if you don't deeply connect, like you can still serve them and give them the beautiful gift of photos. But so it was interesting to have that consultation call, and then the next day I had a completely different vibe.
Okay.
To where she filled out my form.
Okay.
Didn't do the call.
Okay.
I sent her a custom proposal, and then as soon as I sent the email, she immediately calls me. And I missed the call because my phone was like in my room. And she left a voicemail, and she was like, "Hey, I'm walking home from work. Didn't know if you could just hop on the phone really quick." I was like, "Oh shoot, let me call her back." So then I called her back, and it was like a spontaneous conversation. But I vibed with her energy so much that it was really easy, really flowing. And I wanted to say like that kind of conversation went really well, because I feel like I've had the reps and put in the work to like know who I am, know how I serve people, and can communicate that very well. So even though this was like just a spontaneous call, I knew how to turn it on really fast, and it was easy for me to basically sell to her over the phone.
Yeah.
But I feel like her energy was so much like more compatible with mine that it made me not nervous, and I was just like, oh.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if it's just like the personality type.
Yeah.
Too. That's why I really like consult calls, because you can really tell if you're gonna get along or not. And even if it's not like, you don't have to get along with every client, like they don't have to be your best friends, but I feel like for the betterment of you and the client, it's like better if you just find a perfect fit and not just like try to force it. So yeah, that could have been like your ideal client.
Yeah. So that it was like funny to like have completely different experiences.
No, that's so true. And like, I wonder if you should have asked the client that filled out the form and then wanted to hop on a call with you, like what she wanted out of the call.
Well, I think this call was very different because she knew exactly what she wanted from the get-go.
Yes.
Like I feel like she was more of a analytical buyer, because she knew exactly what she wanted, and she just wanted me to create that custom proposal. And so she was basically on the phone telling me that she got it, and she had a call with her planner the next day, and she was going to review it with her, and then she wanted to let me know like that's what her process was going to be. But then she kind of wanted to talk more about like her design of it all, and so it kind of felt natural. I think she just wanted to on the phone.
I know, I love it. Yeah, I mean, you have to. I feel like I'm one of those people too, where I have to get to know the people that I'm working with, especially if it's like a wedding. Like I need to know what you're like and like what your energy is like. So yeah, that's very interesting about the two different calls.
Yeah,
you really have to know. We need to do an episode too about different buyer types, because there's a lot of different buyer types.
And that's something I feel like a lot of people don't know, because I just learned that like last year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Buyer types. So I feel like we should.
Yeah. And with consult calls, it's like really important to analyze and basically see if your buyer is like an emotional buyer, logistical buyer, analytic buyer, whatever type of buyer, because it's like that's how you're going to sell to them. So if they're emotional, you need to get them to like, you basically need to reaffirm what they want on their wedding day. And then like the logistical buyer, like you need to go through why they need 10 hours or like why they only need 8 hours or whatever it is. And that's how you sell to them and how you do it differently than any other photographer. Because if they're comparing photographers, just because they're probably looking at the same type of photographer. And so if you're just selling them on like the logistics, that's just not going to work if they're an emotional buyer.
Right.
Like they want to know like the feeling of the day and like how you're going to capture their people and like how they're going to cry in 20 years when they look back at their photos. Like that's like the emotional buyer. The logistical buyer doesn't want to hear about all that.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy because it is an emotional purchase, but there's still people buy differently.
Mm-hmm.
And like me and Avery would buy differently. Like he is very like research heavy, like wants to know the logistics. Like why would we pay $6,000 for 10 hours? Like to him, that would be like, what the I'm not paying that. Like, you know, so he would need to like have me like explain to him like why things are the way they are.
Yeah,
And so
like the value of
yes, the
things.
value of it. So you really got to sell your value on those consult calls. And that's why I like consult calls too. Because of that reason, you kind of really get to know who they are as a buyer type during the call. Like if they're talking about like the wedding photos and like the feeling, emotional. If they're talking about logistics, they're probably like a more analytical buyer. So you can really tell the difference between that. But anyways, wow, I didn't think we were going to get into buyer types and calls and things like that.
Well, we just had an episode all about consultation calls, and I was like, well, this is real life practice of what we were talking about.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Yeah. And honestly, like when I have more like weeks where I'm busy on that kind of admin work, or not admin, but like client facing, but you're not shooting, it really like exhausts me because I'm just so introverted and like it takes a lot of my energy to hop on a call. So yeah, I'm kind of tired this week. So I'm like, damn, that was a lot of experimentation and talking to people and selling myself. So
yeah, and it does get easier the more you do it and the more practice you get.
Yeah, but you just had a wedding.
Yeah, well, since the last episode, I've had 2 weddings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
and
we
they
haven't
were both
even
so good and
we
so
haven't
different.
yeah, we haven't even talked about the wedding I had this 2 weeks ago, I guess now, right?
Yeah.
A week 2 weeks ago. So I had a wedding at Divine Grace Vineyards, I think is what it's called, and my couple Haley and Matt, they were getting married and it was beautiful. I had never worked with the planner before, but my bride Haley works for them as like a planner under their company, and it was just like all hands on deck. Like everyone was working. Like I was like, is this a celebrity wedding? Like it was crazy. I mean, they were treating her like a celebrity.
Yeah,
it was like
sweet.
it was really cool. But yeah, they were doing like the most for her, which is really cool to see. And yeah, it was just like a really pretty day. It was cloudy. It's been really rainy in DFW lately, especially on the weekends, of course. And this one was actually a Friday wedding, which I really rarely do Friday weddings. And yeah, so like she had 2 photographers, 2 videographers, 2 content creators. Like the planning team had like 5 people. It was wild. And Miranda mentioned too, I didn't even realize this, but the guys, like the groomsmen and the groom, had their own like kind of like wedding planner, and it was a guy that kind of was just like telling them where to be, what to do. And I thought that was really cool because I feel like I never see that at a wedding day.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they do that at every wedding, because it is kind of like, oh, so yeah, someone needs to go check on them.
Yeah, someone needs to be with them, make sure they're doing what they need to be doing. And it was nice to see like if like, because I think you were doing, it was right after their first look, and or it was before the first look, I don't remember, but the groom didn't have his boutonniere on yet. And so his like little spokesperson was like, oh, let me just text. And then he texted and got the boutonniere. So it was like,
it was
so
just so
nice.
like nice and efficient. And I love when things run like that. I feel like we don't get the luxury a lot of the time. Like I'm usually having to, go find the boutonniere. You have to go find the boutonniere, and like we're not like texting the planners or whatever. So it's nice when you have like a whole planning team and they're like at every corner basically. Like even when I was doing family photos, they had someone like specifically for family photos there with me to call out names and do everything, which is really nice because usually I can do it really well. Like I'm pretty good at doing family photos, but having that just as an extra like help, it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice. So everything went like smoothly. And despite there being like so many people around, like I was looking through the gallery and I was like, wow, you would have never been able to tell that there was like a million people around her, like paparazzi.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I wonder if this is how it feels to shoot like a celebrity wedding, but I bet it's like 10 times more than that.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Because I feel like Jose Villa, always talks about that and how there's like different photographers for different things, and just like he's like fighting to get like one shot. So I just can't even imagine like having to do that. And that's kind of how it felt, where it was like you're just like fighting to get your shot, but it was fun. Like it really wasn't a big deal. And the couple was so nice. They were just so sweet. And this was the wedding where they were gonna have the draping and the movie play on the draping, and that was really cute because Mark, the videographer, made like a little compilation of like love movies, like rom-coms, and then added their like some of the scenes from their day into the movie, and it was so cute. Everyone loved it. And then they did their grand entrance out, and that was really cute too. There's just so many things, and like they had like a little ticket booth to get your seating, right? That's what it had. Like they were giving tickets to people to find their seats.
Yeah, instead of like a traditional like wall. What is that called again?
I don't know. I always forget. It's like some fancy word. Just like the seating chart, basically.
Yeah, the seating chart. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Nope, I don't know what it's gonna be.
I'll remember it as soon as we
one day.
Turn this off.
So there was just so many like cool elements from that day too, and it was just a crazy day. Honestly, it was just like, whoa, I can't believe this is like happening.
Escort wall,
yes, that's what it's
called.
Instead
of having that, they had like a ticket booth, like an old-timey ticket booth. Yes. And one of the planners was sitting in there, and she changed into like an outfit, and it was so cute. And she gave out like the movie tickets for them to find their seats.
Yeah, it was so cute. And the reception was originally going to be outside, but I think it was going to rain at night, so we couldn't have it outside. So we had it inside. Well, inside and outside, but some of the tables were under under something, so that when if it did rain, like they weren't gonna get soaking wet, because it like they had a lot of people there, so they couldn't even fit all the tables inside the reception area. It was wild, but they had a band, and it was just a really, really pretty cool day. Like it really was.
They put trees in the middle of the design.
Yeah, and Haley didn't even know that they were doing that. And they also had like a really cool dance floor, like an illustrator that was actually at my wedding this past week did that illustration.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the illustrator that was at this past weekend, the one that was doing like all the guest designs, was the illustrator for that dance floor in the aisle.
Wow. It was like, it looked like brick. Like
it was like watercolor painted, but it did look like brick. It was really unique. I had never seen that before, and especially not the aisle. Like I would have never.
Brick, it looked like tile.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, both, honestly.
It was like
tile
blue
and brick.
And green and yeah. It was cool.
It was really, really pretty. And so, yeah, it just ended up being a pretty day. I wish it would have been outside. I mean, I'm assuming everyone wishes it would have been outside, but you can't take that risk if they're going to have dinner and dancing and everything outside in the rain. So they had to make a decision. And honestly, it turned out really, really well, despite everything.
Yeah.
I was just sad about that, but who wouldn't be? It still turned out really gorgeous.
It was really beautiful.
I'm trying to think of what else from that day. Is there anything else that happened that was... No. I mean, everyone just was so nice.
Yeah.
I just love when people are just like super nice and sweet, and no one was stressed. No one, like, the bride was just like, whatever, like, so go with the flow, which is...
Oh, well, tell them what happened this morning.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of consult calls, I also had like a kind of a consult call this morning, because the bride Haley, her mom and her boyfriend are gonna get married in July. And Haley texted me like a few days ago and was like, hey, my mom and her boyfriend want to book you for their wedding day. And so I got on the call with them, and they were... Honestly, her mom was like the most gorgeous person there.
I
like
loved
besides,
her.
Her daughters. Like she was gorgeous. Like she was so sweet. She had like the perfect fitted dress with feathers. Like, it was like amazing. Like, I was obsessed with her all day. And so anyways, I got on a call with them this morning, and they were just talking about like how they were going to get married and they wanted to do it soon because it was kind of like the only time that they could do it because they have so many life things going on. Like, her boyfriend's daughter is having a kid in July, and then their youngest, Kelsey, is going to OU, so she's about to graduate and then move to Oklahoma. And it was just like, oh my gosh, there's so many. Like, Haley just got married, so it was just like a lot of big things happening this year. And so they're like, you know what, let's just do it, let's go. And so they booked the band from Haley's wedding. They're basically having almost the exact same wedding, but just at a different place. And Haley, the bride, is helping them with everything. They're even getting the same videographer, the same content creator. Like, they want me as their photographer, which is always so sweet. And they were just being really, really kind. Like, they were complimenting me the whole time. Talk about like a console call that I've never had. That's a really cool one to have because they saw me in action basically. And they were just like, we loved you. Like, you felt like you were part of the family. Like, it didn't feel like it was weird or awkward or anything. And I was like, that's exactly so how I want it to be. Like, I don't want it to be weird or awkward. So it was really, really cool to talk to them about that and just even get to work with the same vendors basically.
Yeah.
And see them all. Like, everyone that was at Haley's wedding is basically going to be at this wedding.
Yeah.
So
like all her family and
basically,
everything.
yep.
So you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Where your next client's going to come from.
Yes.
Could be the mom of your bride.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. You really never know who's like engaged, about to be married, who's watching you at all times. Like, you really don't know. And so, yeah, that was really, really fun to do. And yeah, the wedding was amazing. Like, they were just so sweet. And I'm trying to think of what else. The band was amazing. All the vendors were really amazing. Like, everyone was really sweet. You just never know what you're getting into because all the vendors, basically, except for me and Miranda, they all knew each other.
Yeah.
And we were
like
kind
they
of like
work all the time together.
Yeah,
so.
and we were kind of like the oddballs out, but regardless, like, it still felt fine. Like, they were really nice. I was just kind of not shocked, but just like it felt nice to be like included and just have people that were nice.
It was fun to see like a well-oiled machine. Like, they knew what to do.
Yes.
And yeah, that was a luxury in itself because normally it's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. We had help every step of the way. Like, I didn't really have to worry about anything, about looking for anyone, about timing issues or anything. Like, their timeline was so full of like breaks. Like, there was like times that I could take a break and it was crazy because I usually don't have breaks. I usually don't have a lot of time to do that. But here and there we would have 5 to 10 minutes to regroup, and that was really nice.
Yeah.
So
eat some snacks.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
That wedding, I did almost miss the cake photo. Don't know how I did that. That was like the only thing that I was like, how did I not get that? There were so many other details that the cake wasn't like the biggest detail of the day. It was just kind of like in the back. But yeah, it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I almost missed that. I usually get the cake detail right before they're about to do their cake cutting. And so maybe that's how I missed it because it was just like they went straight into cake cutting. And then afterwards I was like, did I get a photo of the cake? I don't know if I did or not. There were so many other things that I was worried about, but it's fine. That's not really a big deal, I don't think. But yeah, everything was perfect. And then we just had a wedding this past weekend that was amazing, incredible, rainy, romantic, colorful wedding day. It was at Clark Gardens, and I think we talked about it last time too, where we were just like excited to be like at a garden. I feel like I'm never at a garden. Like, I always second shoot at like the Arboretum or like other places, but I've never been able to shoot my own weddings at a lot of gardens. So I was really excited about this one. And she had booked me a long time ago, and she had told me like what she wanted, and they had I'm getting ahead of myself. We got there and it was cloudy and rainy, and like
it was one of those days where it was like sunny and it would rain while it was sunny for like 10 minutes and then stop. And then you'd go an hour and then it would sprinkle.
Yes.
So we were like, oh, it'll be fine.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be fine. Like, we were doing details, and then it started sprinkling, so I had to like pick everything up really fast and then do it again. But the details were really cute, and like her florals were just like insane. Like it was like a tropical, colorful vibe, which I wasn't I was expecting, but not really, because she did send me a mood board. But for her type of wedding, I would have expected something a little bit different. But she had her own style and uniqueness that it was just like, oh yeah, of course she did that. Like
it was the most
just
unique and fun wedding that I've seen.
It was really, so really cool. Yeah. That's a wedding that I definitely want to maybe get published.
Yeah. Your sneak peeks are so good.
Yeah, I hope that's something that can get published, because it was just so unique. Like it was really beautiful and unique and gorgeous and everything. All the words. And so anyways, yeah, so it was like in and out rain, and we were getting her ready, and that was beautiful. Like her dress, guys.
It was so cool.
When she pulled that out, because before I went into the bridal suite and she was getting her hair and makeup done, and I went into like the closet where her dress was, and I like took a peek, and I saw that it was like embellished and there was like jewels on it and whatever. I was like, oh, pretty. Like I didn't think anything of it. And then she started putting it on, and it was like in pieces, and I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh. It's like the bottom was like lace, and what is that fabric called? Lace and
it was like a soft tulle, like not like the hard tulle.
Yes.
But it was really soft, so like it was layered over the lace, so you could only see the lace like peeking through from like the front. It was so beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I was like, this is the most beautiful skirt I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then she pulled out her corset, and then there was like an underneath thing for the corset that was really pretty. It was like ruffles. Yeah. And I was like, where did you get this dress? Like I've never seen a dress like this in DFW. Like I've never even seen photographers like photograph this dress. And it was just like a shop in DFW.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And
I think she must have like pulled different pieces. Like, cause you know, like somewhere like
maybe
you can have this corset with this skirt or this skirt. So I feel like she like took different pieces and made it together, because it looked very like deconstructed, like Victorian almost.
Yes,
it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was so gorgeous. That corset, I'm gonna be dreaming
and
about.
The neck piece.
Oh my god, gosh! Yes, that's why I was like, this wedding was so unique, because it was just like that dress I would not have expected her to like wear, because it was like very Victorian. What did the videographer keep referring to? Wuthering Heights, like esque, like very Bridgerton-esque type of vibe
not
too.
Poofy princess.
Yes, it was not poofy at all. Really,
it was very like straight.
Yeah, and yeah, her dress was just like talk of town. Honestly, I could not get over how gorgeous she had. Like a perfect updo. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Like she looked gorgeous, and her flowers were just so colorful. Like, again, I wouldn't expect that. Her style of dress, I wouldn't have expected with that style of florals, but I loved the juxtaposition of it, because you would have never put those styles together. Like, I wouldn't have, but she did it beautifully.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was really, really cool, especially just like how colorful everything was. And her family was Mexican. I think his family was like Italian. So it was just like a perfect mixture of their cultures too. It was just like perfect. And then when I went to go get the groom to do like their first touch, he was wearing like something I would see like Prince Charming wear.
I know. He looked like a prince.
He literally looked like a prince. I was like, what the? Like, again, was not expecting that. No. Like, I did. She didn't.
It was
tell
like a long like tunic. Like it wasn't like a suit.
Yes.
Like a random suit. It was so cool.
Like intricate details on the suit cuffs, and like the buttons were really cool. And yeah, it would just look like they were royalty.
Yes, it looked royal. It looked like something out of this world. Like, I don't know.
It was really, really cool.
It looked like a movie, like a period piece. Almost.
Yes, it really was. And thankfully, Clark Gardens has like very European spots. Yeah. Like not everything looks very European, but there's like certain spots that look like you're not even in Texas. That's what we kept saying. Like, I don't feel like we're in Texas at all. Like it does not look like it's in Texas. And so they did their first touch, which I haven't done a first touch in years and years and years.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even remember the last time someone wanted to do that, but theirs was so cute. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, this is cute. Like, she didn't want to see, or he didn't want to see her until the ceremony, which respect, like, I don't care. But they did want to, like, at least talk to each other and, like, maybe hold each other right, like, before the ceremony. And I thought it was really cute. And the photos turned out really good from that too. Like, they just had a little chit chat and then they went on their way. Yeah. And then this whole day we're trying to figure out if it's going to rain, if it's not going to rain, because it wasn't going to rain until like later that night, but that would have been fine because everyone was in a tent. So it would have been fine if it rained later in the day. But for their ceremony, it was looking a little iffy for a second there, and then it just started pouring rain right before the ceremony was going to start. And we tried to wait like 30 minutes for, like, their ceremony I think was supposed to start at 5, and we waited until 5:30 to see if it would calm down so they can have like a quick little ceremony and then we can go into the tent. But it just wasn't, it didn't look like it was going to happen. So they decided to do their ceremony in the tent, which turned out to be fine, but my God, it would have been so pretty to do it.
Their ceremony spot was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was really, really pretty. And yeah, so we just didn't get to do that. But thankfully, after their ceremony, it did stop raining.
Yeah.
Because I was really worried about their portraits, because by the time it would have stopped raining, it would have been like 7, and they still had to have dinner and first dances and all that stuff. So I was really worried about their portraits because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deliver like 2 photos inside the tent and like 2 photos inside like this little porch thing that the garden had. And it was just like, oh my God, I can't do. Even when we were doing the first part of the portraits, it was still raining.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, oh my God, I was just praying that it would not, that it would just stop raining so we could do some portraits. And I convinced them to go to the chapel that they had, like do some portraits in front of there. And then while we were doing that, it did stop raining. So then we were able to do some other portraits. Thank God we were able to do that because they turned out so gorgeous. And both of them together, like, look so cool. I was like, we have to do this. Like, we didn't get to do their ceremony outside. Like, we need to have some photos of them outside in the garden, all the things. So I was just like, oh, I'm so glad that it stopped raining.
Yeah.
Because that was looking a little scary there.
Yeah.
A little scary, and I just would have been sad. I would have been sad, but it wasn't really a stressful day. They didn't have a wedding party. Oh, they did a first look she did a first look with like her immediate family and like her best friend.
So cute.
And it was so sweet.
That was my favorite first look ever.
I know. It was so cute. It was like her dad, her mom, her aunt, her 2 brothers, her nephews.
Kids. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Her best friend. Yeah. And it was just like it was just perfect. They were all so sweet. They were all so freaking sweet. Her dad was like the cutest person alive. Like it was incredible. Like it really was such a good day. And again, this one was super stress-free too. Like I wasn't stressing that much. I was just really sad about the ceremony. But again, I don't know. DFW has just been crazy these days with the rain.
Just expected to rain, I guess. Because it's like every day, is it gonna rain or is it not?
But
it was hard.
But what else? What else happened? Anything else stand out to you that day?
I was gonna say the first look with her family was really sweet. I loved that. Oh, she made a speech.
Oh, yes.
So beautiful. Like she's very well spoken, and it was just really cute to see. Like she had one head, like not a head table, but like one long table that had all of her college friends. And so I loved photographing that table because they were just so sweet and so emotional. And yeah, it was really beautiful because I could tell that like the bride was a little bit more outspoken and more high energy, and the groom was very quiet, and you could tell like his like side of guests were like his energy and her side was her
Yes.
energy.
Yes.
And I really liked that, how it came together. Oh, their ceremony.
Yes, I was literally about to bring that up too, because they just had so many cool little things that it's like hard to even get through, and we're like jumping around everywhere, but whatever. The ceremony was really, really cute. Like they did like they're very spiritual people, and so they had like a 4 elements like ceremony. What would you call that? Like ceremony,
like
ritual. And they had they did a thing for fire, air, water, and what's the other one?
Earth. Yeah, they had a plant.
Yes, earth. And just like being grounded by the earth, because they were originally going to do it. We were on concrete in the tent, but they were originally going to do it outside, like in nature, where everyone was like on grass and being grounded by the grass and the earth and everything. And they couldn't even light the fire because it got wet. Because I think they had just like Palo Santo and something else that they were gonna light on fire, and then the water was like, it was raining during their ceremony, so that was the water. And they watered a plant too, and yeah, it was just like super sweet, like something again so unique and so true to them. It just felt like,
well, also they had this part of the ceremony where they were talking about like their sound, and like, so the bride had a little bell, and then the groom had like a little like gong thing, and they hit it at the same time, and it was 2 different frequencies that came together as one. And I was like, and it like represented her aura and his aura coming together, and it was so beautiful.
It was,
I loved it.
It was just so unique and just perfect for them. Like I don't know. I always go in blind. Well, not always. Sometimes I'll go in blind to weddings, like not really knowing what to expect. Like I knew they were going to do a 4 elements ritual, and like I knew like the vibes and the colors and everything, but sometimes you just never know how that's all going to come together. And it was just incredible. Like their ceremony was really, really cool. And just like I keep saying, like it was really unique. And I wish they would have gotten like their outdoor thing, but it's fine.
It's okay. At least you got those photos afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So there was just so many cool parts of their day, and everyone, again, for this wedding, everyone was so nice and sweet and easygoing. I don't think anybody felt stressed at all at any point. Maybe the planners, because they had to move things around, but
they also had like food stations.
Yes.
That was really cool. So it was just like different food from different parts of their own life culture. And it was like, it was cool because the caterers like had already like pre-portioned out like the different meals, I guess. It wasn't even like meals. It was just like, I don't know. It was cool to see food stations instead of like a dinner service or a buffet.
So you kind of got to go around and choose what you wanted. And the same thing with dessert too. They had dessert stations as well, which is really cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Like usually it's just cake, but they had like really amazing stuff.
Their food looked really good.
Yeah. The desserts, everything was like incredible. It was like a banana ice cream, and then like a creme brulee, or whatever it's called, creme brulee. And then they also had an illustrator too there that was like, the illustrator takes a picture of the guest, and then she'll draw the guest out, and it's just so cute. Like that's such a good little memento to have. And then she also had a photo booth, so she had a lot of content, and she had a videographer that was doing Super 8. Can't wait to see that.
I really liked that videographer. Yeah, I know she wasn't like she was like the sister of the videographer, but
she like works under her sister. Yeah, she was really, really sweet. And so I can't wait to see the Super 8 of that, because it's just like, oh my God, this wedding was like perfect for that vibe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see that. She also had a content creator there. So honestly, it was just like a really easy day. It was beautiful too.
Yeah, the only sad part was the rain.
Yeah.
And I mean, it came down.
Yeah, it did.
It came down.
It did, unfortunately.
And it's like, I had a backup dress and backup shoes, but they were in my car. I'm so
didn't bring it.
Yeah.
I know, at one point
umbrella in my car.
Yep. At one point my shoes got so wet, and I had to live with that all day.
Yeah, I will say, like, I haven't felt physically bad from a wedding in a while, and that wedding took me out. And I think it's because our feet were cold and wet, and
Yes.
we were just standing on concrete all day.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was
I
bad.
agree.
I like couldn't walk the next day.
I know. I was really tired the next day too. I was really, really tired. And it's crazy because we didn't really do that much walking or anything really. Like I wasn't stressed at all. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I've done bigger weddings that I've like walked around and everything, but this one I did suffer a little. And it's crazy because I usually always bring a pair of shoes, like an extra pair of shoes, and I didn't this time. Don't know why, but I should have packed those.
Well, I brought an extra pair of shoes, but my extra pair of shoes were like Italian leather. I was like, I'm not bringing those out into the water.
Yeah, I know. It was just
So-
it was just so wet and cold at one point, but thankfully everything kind of worked out. Like it
Yeah.
really wasn't anything crazy, and thankfully they had a tent because it's like
They seemed like they were having the best time.
yeah, it was just like they were just kind of go with the flow type of people, and those are my type of people.
Yeah.
Like don't stress about it. We're just gonna do what we can.
Yep.
Yeah, we can only control certain things. We can't control the rain. And I think they knew that. I mean, they're very spiritual, so and it was just so romantic the whole day too. Like it was just perfect. And the videographer kept complimenting me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so nice." She's like, "I love the way you're posing them, and I love the way that you're just like so full of life today." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thank you."
I liked what she said. She was like, it was funny to me that she said, "You're so positive."
Oh.
And like I was like, what do you mean? Are you out here working with negative Nellies? Like this is our one job.
I know,
Like,
literally. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously it's like like of course I'm going to stay positive. There's really what else can I do? I can't really control their day.
yeah.
Like I can try. But yeah, it was just so funny that she kept complimenting me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I feel so loved." And it was just a gorgeous day. Like their details were just amazing, and I don't know.
Yeah. It was a favorite of mine for sure.
Yeah, I know. It was a really, really good day. And I also just cannot get over her dress. Like I want that
Yeah.
dress.
I know.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it feels like it was made for her.
And they like matched perfectly too.
What?
Like the groom and the bride.
Yeah.
Like they just like matched. I was like, y'all are both so unique.
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't know. It was just incredible. It was just, yeah, it was incredible. I have no other words.
Yeah.
These past 2 weeks have been really good.
Yeah, good weddings. Good weddings.
I know.
And I'm like, I can't even believe April is halfway over.
I know. That's also so crazy.
I know.
My birthday's coming up soon, which is
and my anniversary is next week, which is crazy.
Wild. Are y'all doing anything?
I think we're just gonna go to our favorite restaurant.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
It's called Old Monk. It's
okay.
like down the street from us. I know, cause like everyone's been asking me like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I was like trying to have all these elaborate plans, and I was like, that just doesn't feel like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just
elaborate plans. Like, what do you mean? Like a get together or something, or
like this like crazy staycation, or go to this crazy fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's just not us.
Yeah,
we got married in the backyard.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
So I think we're just gonna get our favorite bottle of wine, and then go to our favorite restaurant that we walk to
and chill.
Yeah,
I love that.
I think we're gonna write. We like to. I guess they are love letters, but for special occasions, we like to write each other. So I think we're gonna reflect on our first year of marriage.
Oh my gosh, yes!
And that'll be our thing.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I know. I can't believe it's coming up on a year. Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so wild.
I know.
Time flies. You guys are married. That is crazy. Wow. Amazing. I know my birthday's coming up and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for that. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Not too sure.
This is 30, right?
Yeah. Which, I mean, whatever. I don't really care too much, but I do want to do something. Yeah. I just don't know what yet. So I'll figure it out. We'll see. Probably not going to do anything crazy, but who knows? I always say that, and then I kind of do go all out with certain things, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us 5 stars, join the Discord,
please.
do all the things, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.